Yo, what's up, everybody? This is I want to say After Hours number six, maybe number five. I don't know. Here's the thing. We are in the middle of finding a place to do After Hours, right? We're doing an audio version right now before we get back to the video version. So, Francy, I mean, you're here.
Yes.
You're here.
Yes.
So you weren't here for 2 weeks.
I took
What's
2 weeks
up?
off.
Why'd you leave? Where'd you go? And then tell me about the experience.
So prior to leaving, the last episode I was talking about how I was going through it, like mentally, and just stressed out. The reason I left was because I had blown up my account. I had blown up my account.
Okay.
I was taking up too much tasks at the same time. I was losing focus. I was losing my train of thought in terms of trading. I could tell that I was sabotaging my own trades. I knew the trades that I was taking weren't the right trades. I was pushing. I was bleeding. And I felt it. And it's like I was in one of those moments where like you just want more pain. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like pain doesn't even care. You don't even care about pain anymore. I was like, all right, just screw it. Like, just get me out of the situation. So like I would like blow up the account.
Yeah.
But it would be a sense of relief because I didn't have no stress about to worry about trading.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I had other, work related projects and stuff that I had to keep going that were, all attacking me at the same time. And I came to the realization that I was getting burnt out. And, I took a step back. I took your advice and I took Alucci's advice, and I realized that I hadn't stepped out of that office for since January.
Yeah.
I've been
Since
working there.
inception,
We trading during the week, working, and then I go over the weekends and do some work as well.
Yeah.
So my only free time that I had was when I would go kiteboarding, right? And that wasn't enough. That was enough to clear my head. So I wanted to take a step back. I wanted to take a break. And when you were while you were there and Lucci was there, you guys advised me just go out and get out, get a train of your thoughts and get clear headed. And that's exactly what I did. I just I took your guys' advice and I just left. I left for 2 weeks. I went to the Dominican Republic with my family and I just stayed. I zoned out. I disconnected. You could not reach me.
Exactly.
Only if I was in my cousin's apartment. I had no cell signal. I had nothing. I was just completely disconnected.
Yep. So I have a question. I mean, you say that you're completely disconnected, but you reached out to me a couple times. You said, "Yo, I can't handle being disconnected." Talk about, as a trader, like, we recognize things in ourselves, and the P&L at the end of the day is just a ramification of how we feel. So the mindset, meaning if you have a good mindset, if you're positive, if you're optimistic, you see opportunities and you then can create money. Now, if you're down on yourself, you are clawing for help, sometimes you're self-sabotaging, then you're just bleeding an account, right? And that's the beauty of the market. Now, if you recognize it and you go to the Dominican and then now you're reaching back out, talk to me about somewhat of that attachment and how hard it is personally to let it go.
Dude, I mean, when you do something 7 days a week from morning to the time you go to bed for January till September?
Yeah, let's stop right here and talk about that, because what a lot of people don't see in a trader's life is, I mean, you see the glamorized lifestyle, right? You see the Lamborghini, you see whatever, right? The fast money. But a lot of people don't understand is a trader is working 24/7. Their mind is never stopping. Meaning,
and you're just constantly absorbing information.
Exactly. Now, in our world, we're also running a business and we're also providing the office, and you hold that office together. You know what I mean? You're in there cleaning. You're in there. You're doing maintenance. You're doing stuff, reaching out to people that need, that we need help from. You know what I mean? And so that office is a big part of you. And to go from January till September, I mean that's an incredible stretch of time, and I recognized, and I think everybody in the office recognized how valuable you are to the space for the 2 weeks you were gone.
Yeah, I was quickly told when I arrived how how they felt when I arrived back. But going back to your question about like how hard was it to detach?
Yeah.
Um, when I was saying, yeah, you when you do something, whatever it is, even if it's cooking, cleaning, I don't know, mopping, if you do it a lot of times consecutively, it's embedded in you. It's like you're automatic to it. So
Yep.
while I was there, like it was automatic for me to just, let me pull up the chart, see what's up. Let me see what's and I had to force myself to not do it. And
Yeah.
and even when I was not doing it, you know what I was doing?
Yeah.
I was watching Billions.
Yep. Exactly.
I was watching Billions. I was just
Exactly.
watching a Netflix show purely based on trading.
Yep.
That's all I was doing while I was over there.
Yeah.
And I had so many epiphanies, I'll tell you that. But it felt so good to just go to bed like at 4 a.m., just watching Netflix, just chillaxing and just looking at other people and just discovering and relaxing and going to the beach and eating and gym and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was hard in the beginning, I'll tell you that. And I will not lie, I did check the markets like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, whoa. So I was already assuming like, oh, I remember these positions were on for these guys when it was going down. But I wasn't even like asking if you guys like, oh, you're up or down. Like I just sort of knew, but I brushed it off. But I didn't. I was tempted to take trades. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I didn't take a single one. Not one. Nothing. Nada. And then I was just completely disconnected. And then that was I went out for 2 weeks. First week, it was a little bit like iffy, weird. And then by the second week, I realized how important and great it was. And that's when I started making so many realizations about just everything that I had to readjust and optimize when I came back. Things that were taking up too much of my attention, the bad decisions that I was making, what caused them, things that I had to prioritize on, things that I had to sacrifice and let go of, things that I had to start doing for my own wealth and for my own mental health, and my own well-being. And once I had those things, I remember I was hitting you up like, yo. So once I go back, we're gonna do this. Once I go back, we're gonna do this. Once I come back, we're gonna do this. And and I just had to reach out to someone, and I reached out to you because you're the one that was seeing me going through it. And I had my other friend Christian. I also was talking to him because he knew that I was going through it too, and I left for 2 weeks, and the day that I was gonna come back, he hit me up real quick. He wants to meet up. I'm gonna meet up with him tomorrow.
Perfect.
Want to follow up on me as well because he understands sometimes like when I take these breaks, it's because it's serious shit. And yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, some of my best times on thinking are on like the plane rides back to Michigan, seeing my family and kind of disconnecting from a world where we've immersed ourselves in work. You know what I mean? And understanding that work has its place in life. And while we're striving to obtain these goals and these are the lessons or this is where we want to get to, realizing that we also have to have life. You know what I mean? And so flying away and thinking about what transpired, it's almost like you have a bird's eye view of what's going on in your life.
Yes.
And so when you came back and you were hitting me up, I knew exactly where you were. I knew that energy is exactly what we need because it's new energy. You're looking on the situation and you're seeing things, how they work, and how to adapt. And we need to continually adapt to survive, right? And so what's the 5 things, if you could categorize it into 5 things that you found over the 2 weeks that you disconnected, what would you say the most influential things that were?
Noise.
Explain.
And this one is not just trading related. This is overall general related. Check this out. So we live in this new era that humanity did not have before was social media, right?
Yep.
Now this hits trading, but it hits outside of trading, meaning you're constantly on your phone. You're constantly swiping down on either Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
Right.
You're absorbing information. You don't know what information you're absorbing. You're being put information in your face that you think you like, but you don't know if it's stuff that you really like. And then this information then translates into your head. Like, for example, if you're watching another trader just do scalps, just to be more precise in this example.
Exactly.
Then you're like, maybe I should start doing scalps. Maybe I should switch my trading strategy to charts. Maybe look, he just pulled in 500 racks doing scalps only on this one name in Forex. Why? I've been doing it wrong my whole life, right? And then you just bounce off from this trader to this trader, this trader. And at the end of the day, you don't even know if it's real information.
Right.
You don't know. And that's just in trading. Then you see lifestyles. Then you see this guy's traveling this way. This dude is traveling this way. They're doing this way. Yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, so that's the way I should be living if I had like luxurious life. So that's the way I should be living if you know, if I had $50,000, that's the way I should spend it on this or whatever. Like, you don't grasp the full scope of the way you want to live your life. You let yourself get taken over by this social media life that really is not real. It just isn't, right?
Right.
It's nothing. So for me, like, taking a step back and eliminating noise, the first thing I did, coincidentally, Apple threw in a new update.
Yeah.
So they have widgets now, and I was like, all right, cool. So this is stuff that I'll fuck around with, and what I did was I just redid my whole home screen.
Okay.
I redid my whole home screen. I took out all social media. I took out everything that I don't need. My phone at the end of the day is a tool.
Okay.
It's not meant to use me. It's meant for me to use it.
Right.
It means I'm supposed to use the tool. So I took it all out. I put in my macros and a widget on top.
Nice.
Second widget, Google, because everybody Google shit, whatever, real quick, boom. Then my other apps, YouTube, Spotify, WhatsApp, my Philips Hue light, and some other stuff like Google Maps and photos and all that stuff. No social media, nothing. Tools that I use on a regular, constant basis that it's just quick in and out. That's it. And then on top of that, I took the liberty upon disciplining myself to only using social media before 7 o'clock. Okay. I clock out. Clock out.
That's a difference that I noticed.
I clock out at 7. Anything above that, like, I put a downtime. Like, you can do that on your phone. Like, you can make your phone just use these apps after a certain amount of time, for a certain amount of hours or whatever. Yeah. So I don't use social media at all. It just boggles me how much time I misspend using it and how much it affects my life. And I see other people living their lives that I don't even know them and they don't even know me. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
I mean, I think about this all the time.
And it's like, why? Yeah. Like, if I put myself, like, if I were not to know these people or their existence, which they already did before, and they influence my life now, some good, some bad, right? I'm talking about the bad ones.
Of course.
How much happier would my life be if I just did not know about them or not pay attention to them, not give them energy and time, and like constantly be going to my phone back to see, what did this guy do today? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, no way. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Like, it's what it is, and I just clocked out social media. That's a long one, but that's number one, the most important one.
All right. I think we should leave it at 1 for now, and then we'll progress throughout the month on what Francy learned in the Dominican. My question is, I mean, if social media is such a bad thing, and I think everybody can agree that there are negative aspects of social media, and maybe we should change how we view it. Maybe it's to the individual. Is it hypocritical for us to be pushing content? I mean, if somebody's viewing us saying that content is bad and this or that, is it hypocritical of us to continue to push content? And I mean, what do you think about that? I have my own ideas, but what do you think personally?
Moderate it. I mean, the way I think content should be absorbed is you now have control over what information you want to absorb.
Of course.
If this information to you as an individual, do you think for you? Do you find value in it? Do you think it helps you in a good manner? Do you think it's vital information that pushes you to be a better individual? It doesn't give you any negative energy or it doesn't clog your head or anything, then if you choose to consume it, then consume it. It's your option. You don't have to do it. Just realize that, right?
Of course.
I think the information that I'm putting out there right now is just my perspective, and maybe someone out there might listen to this and actually feel in the same position that I was, and hopefully it helps them out, right? But I don't think it's hypocritical at all. Even I no, no.
Perfect. Perfect. I mean, that's the answer I thought you would say. And that's the energy that when you came back and you were hitting me up, I just listened. I just listened because you are the only person that's going to be as clear in this moment versus somebody that's in the thick of it. You know what I mean? You're bringing in new perspectives, and those perspectives, may they be good, may they be bad, they need to be heard. You know what I mean? And so that's the best part about, I think, your trip. And then throughout the month, I want to push more content on what you learned personally, from a business perspective, and then just where we're all at in our lives right now.
Well, definitely, man. I got a whole lot of stories I can tell.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So, all right. I mean, it's 15 minutes. We'll wrap this up. And then for anybody, I mean, tune in next week. I mean, Francy's got things to talk about. I can already tell.
I'll tell you that. Thank you guys for tuning in.